Hi guys, Jake and Marisa back in for more live reactions to Uchu Sentai Kyuranger. Yeah, we're doing a little bonus Kyuranger live reaction since there's no Power Rangers this week.
And we have been 1 week behind Kyuranger because we were leaving buffer space in case it took that long to subtitle.
But our sub source has been pretty reliable, so we're gonna bump it up to try and actually get these out within a few days of the episode, as opposed to within a week and a half of the episode.
Yeah, so we used to film Power Rangers on Saturday and Kyuranger on Sunday, but it was the previous week's Kyurangers. So now we're going to be doing Power Rangers on Saturday, and we do Kyurangers on Tuesday because the sub should be out by Monday.
Right.
And that still means Power Rangers comes out on Sunday and Kyuranger comes out on Wednesday. So it's just a filming change.
Yep. So yeah, we're changing the way we're filming things, which won't change our release schedule after this week, once Power Rangers is back in. But it'll make sure that you guys are getting more up-to-date Kyurangers moving forward through the last two-fifths of the season, of the series. The last 40% of it, I guess, or whatever it happens to be left.
Right, but if this source continues to be good, then we will continue to do our Sentai releases.
Yep.
On the Wednesday after they come out.
Yep. So it'll just be three days after after it's released in Japan, because it comes out on Sundays there. Although I know a lot can happen in 3 days. For instance, 3 days ago, I was holding ice packs to my legs to cool down. This morning, I put a heat pack on my feet to warm up.
Welcome to New York weather.
It was 3 days!
Help Puerto Rico!
You should help Puerto Rico if you can do something for Puerto Rico. They're in worse shape.
Help Puerto Rico.
Mexico's also not doing great.
Mexico's not doing great.
But
there are several,
There's a lot of problems.
There's a lot of problems, but Puerto Rico is like...
Puerto Rico's a little bit more isolated and needs more help and has less...
And they're us.
Yeah.
Puerto Rico is United States territory.
Yep.
And we are helping them less than we helped Haiti.
That's actually, as I was reading more on that, it was a little bit of an unfair metric, but... Yeah,
oh, okay. You're the one who told me that, so...
Well, I was reacting to something I read, and then there was more stuff that I read.
But still, they're not doing good down there.
Yeah, yeah, the world's kind of exploding everywhere. But speaking of exploding things...
Sentai explodes.
Yeah, they do a lot of that. So yes, last time we finally got back to the future, and Donner Marge is still not dead.
Yeah, what's up with that?
He keeps chugging along.
Sorry, I dry shaved my patch, and now I'm itchy.
Oh.
I got little bits of hair.
Yeah. Also, one thing that somehow I didn't think to mention last time when we filmed the Kyuranger episode 30, we did 2 Red Ranger power-ups back to back.
We did!
Like, I don't know, and we filmed them, like, it was the next thing we did. Like, we filmed one,
I was such a zombie.
went to bed, woke up, filmed the other one, and it didn't occur to us that we just had done 2 Red Ranger power-ups back to back. I think part of it may have been...
I just said I was such a zombie.
Yeah.
Which is funny, because the reason I was tired was because I went to zombie LARP.
That is funny.
But I really mean I was just like... Ooh, 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 ooh.
Also, we were just
I'm sure if you were watching the video, you could probably see me spacing out from time to time.
That's to be expected in general. Also, we were just watching people make zombies on Face Off.
That's true.
We've been getting caught up on Face Off.
Because we didn't have cable for a long time.
I like Face Off. It's a great show.
I like Marisa.
The artistry. Yes.
Feral works.
But, yeah, I think one of the reasons that it didn't occur to us at the time, though, was probably also because Lucky's power-up, as opposed to Brody's power-up, gives him a white suit, so it didn't
seem like a red.
It didn't register as much as a Red Ranger getting like a battleizer. It's just a completely new suit in many respects.
With a cape.
Yeah.
It's a fancy cape.
Yeah. So let's see some more of that fancy cape and see what he's up to with wake it up.
I like Marisa from Feral Works. She was in season 11 and another one before that.
All right, episode 31, the Great Naga Recovery Strategy. Yay!
I have a bunch of stuff I got from her Etsy store before she was ever on Face Off, because she's a really good artist.
Magical sound.
And it's like, I love Feral Works.
Hey, Lucky. Back in the peaceful present.
But it's not peaceful at all.
Or so we thought. What is this? Dun dun dun. Wait.
Okay, so this is still crashed here?
Did they crash this time again? On the return? That's weird. Wait, where's Garu?
In the bathroom?
Yeah.
So apparently the crashed version of the Orion is still here.
Yeah.
With the people who were here in the present still camping out on it.
All strange.
This Orion needs repairs too.
Okay, well I guess they were all beat up back in the past, so I guess they still haven't finished repairs before they return.
I gotta do power. They'll find a way back.
We don't have time to be depressed.
He said we don't have to be depressed.
Where's Garu?
I told you, he's in the bathroom.
They don't have a fire hydrant.
I don't see you
Balance
asking
too.
where Balance is.
What? Oh, there's. Yeah, and Katara too. I don't know why Garu was the one that occurred to me initially. Oh, Echidna.
Hey, Echidna.
No. Yeah, no. That's. So everyone but Hammy's been captured, I guess?
Wasn't Spada with her?
No, Spada was in the past. Oh, they bounce. Hey, bounce.
In the bathroom.
Oh, Balance has a plan?
He must have a plan, because he's way too cheerful.
Oh, new Kitama?
It's all golden.
Oh, when the universe falls into cruel clutches, when its inhabitants are in sorrow, then by the power of the Q globes, 9 ultimate saviors will appear to save the universe. Oh, whoa, whoa, Kyuranger. Miyagata sora desate ikutsu, hoshi ga andoru. Kazoe kira nukete kusha, suru nara we go. Kurosekai ni sora setsuku, mugen no sorai. Fureta toki mita toki bokura, nomi o daru. Kangaete wakanai kota, Suzuku Shizuku space journey. Yaranai, Ryu toka sagasazu ni. Kira Mekisugichu, your lucky star, Kyuranger. Mihatenu so topashitake, Kyuranger. Ginga level Q Nijo, lucky star, Kyuranger. Mimi ga Kyuraku mirai, mite mita inda. Furisa soga furisi no tobe. Suzuki meta rutu to the suyu koshinji. Oh yeah, and good luck. I'm like distorting my face to try and make the words happen. They're using their drone again. Woo. Oh, Naga versus Echidna. You're drunk off your emotion. Go home, Naga, you're drunk.
No, don't go home, Naga, they'll kill you.
Rage gives him power.
Ooh.
Oh no, what's happening? Oh, he's still got it.
Oh, let's
that's
not.
Good. That's unsettling.
Woo!
Yeah, I didn't think they were. I didn't think they were gonna have a human character shoot themselves in the head on this.
I never know what they'll actually do on Sentai.
That's a line I feel like they would not cross.
I hope they wouldn't, but, you know, they don't have quite the controls on them that our media does.
Yeah, but even that. Wait, why is Stinger and Rector staying behind her?
I mean, essentially, it must be part of his plan. Balance has a plan.
Yeah. I'm curious what the plan is. Whoa.
Black
What?
hole?
There's a black hole, Kyutama?
There is now!
Oh no, that doesn't sound good. Lucky,
you haven't had good luck with black holes. One of them punctured you previously.
Oh, he managed to fight it off.
That's not how black holes work.
Well, that's apparently how that attack works. It's not a literal black hole. Well...
Balance and Lucky were beaten.
Oh, wait,
no. They have exploded.
That's not gonna happen.
Everybody's acting.
Yeah. Okay, so the trick is to try and convince him that he...
succeeded in killing Balance.
Interesting. That's an interesting little teleport thing you can do now. There we go. Legendary acting. So what do they do? Oh.
They're inside!
What?
They're in his head!
Microscoping Kyutama. Okay. Huh. Of course. He went up his nose? Okay. That was unexpected.
Hey, it's a classic. It's a classic.
So it's
the fighting inside your friend's head to put him back to normal story is a classic.
Fair enough.
At some point, you'll wind up in the digestive
that's a little
system,
bit more literal
or
than
have to
usual.
fight a white blood cell. No, how about you both fight? No, really.
Oh no, he's got to find, like, I guess the core behind this or something.
I don't know, but be careful what neurons you hit with that sword.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're on the rescue squad.
Yeah.
So that's why they're not there. Oh, look. Real Naga.
Yep. There. Okay. Master of the Naga.
Naga District.
He's the micro Tsuyo endeavor. Oh, okay. So you gotta fight against Dark Naga to release Naga. Because Dark Naga is a separate personality. So that's interesting.
Dark change.
So it's really just a completely different person from Naga. Well, yes and no, but they are
inside his brain. They are.
Yeah.
It's like he's got some sort of dissociative disorder.
Yeah, they created a new version of Naga. They didn't just unleash his emotions. They created a whole new personality.
Outside Naga's not aware still.
Yeah, he doesn't know what's going on.
So, interesting. Even though there's an inside evil Naga, that one is different than the outside evil Naga.
Right. it's still very different from what I was anticipating. Ooh. What are you doing?
Accepting the anger.
Try and take away Naga's true self. And Alice is just taking all kinds of punishment over this.
Oh!
Oof.
In the fine tradition of the robot friends taking one for the team.
Yep.
He is down.
At this
Other
point,
Naga appears to be stirring.
yeah. At this point, though, I mean, if Naga gets knocked, if Bounce gets knocked out by all this, like, that means that Raptor will be the only robot left who hasn't been knocked out of the fight at least once. Oh. Oh. He loves Naga so much.
Is that... I know it's her.
And she's calling from outside. Oh. She still takes a lot of responsibility for this. Come on, Tsurugi, you're the powerful one. Knock out these two and keep... Oh, come on. Come on, Naga, wake it up.
I believe in Naga! I believe in Naga!
Trying to wake him up. Trying to wake him up, come on. There we go. He wants to cry. So, is it so are Naga's true emotions going to overpower these false ones? Is that what's happening?
I think so.
Hey! There we go. You can go away. There we go.
And he can one-shot him because he is himself.
Yeah. There we go.
They fell out in a tear.
They freed him.
He's not okay.
Well,
he's not okay.
Yeah.
He has retained his ability to feel like...
Yeah.
Yeah, he's crying.
Aww. He's back, and he has his emotions.
Yeah, but we still have Echidna who wants him dead. and this
although
problem.
she's probably rethinking that now. Now I'm a giant micro Sue and Tabor. That's great. He grew giant, which means that now he's the size.
Normal sized.
Super Saiyan the Chain.
Yay, we get the white suit again.
Yep. There we go. Ooh.
But this guy who plays Naga has got to have all the girl fans.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Well, also all the girl fans love the Naga balance ship.
okay, they probably love the Naga balance ship. Also, for some reason in Japan, the ladies really like it when you take the cute boy and put him in a dress, so that's a kidnap. And third of all, boys crying, so
Yeah.
like he's hit all the bases here.
There you go. Time to test your luck. Oh yeah. There we go. Akiyamba is going down. You are. Oh, I love the portals. I don't know why that's his thing, but I love the portals. That's right. Hemi hasn't seen this before. It's like, I love the portals.
Space journey,
There we go. The VN team's back together again. There we go, All-Star Crash.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Good luck.
Woo!
Pardon my belch.
Phoenix End.
Chameleon Impact! Whoosh.
Bye-bye to you, Endeavors. And now time to... Oh, of course he is. He's had a rough day.
I don't get her. She has a rhino belly, and it's so weird.
It's based off, I think, some sort of doll in Japan that I'm not familiar with. Oh! Oh, he still has that power-up ability? Oh, dude. He still has that ability...
As a good guy.
Oh, that's great. I was not expecting that.
And he still has the black hole attack.
Oh, nice.
Metal Orpheus Crash.
Oh, man, that's great.
Wow!
And she's gone. Oh,
Not
she's not
gone yet.
I thought she was blown up. What? How did that not finish her? I'm surprised. That's interesting.
It's a giant me. That's not you. That's a bummer.
Weird. It's been a while, so let's use Kyutamajin.
Sure. Let's
Wait.
use Kyutamajin. Say the docking.
You can summon them via the Shishi Red Orion powers. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's nice, because I was about to ask, like, you're missing 2 Rangers in the past. But apparently you can still summon
Shishi
all
Red
of them.
gets them all.
That's great.
Well, Shishi Red Orion.
Yes. That's nice.
Let's handle this.
Woo! Happy Splash. Such a weird name for an attack.
Well, maybe it's, in honor of his emotions.
Yeah.
Happy. He wanted to be happy.
Well, it's more so happy splash. It's just like, there we go.
Maybe something got lost in the translation when they decided to use gratuitous. Like splash doesn't quite make sense.
But ding. Cool.
I'm sorry, I messed with you guys. Yeah.
Well, balance, you don't need to. You don't need to do that too. That goes back. Oh, good. And he has emotions. He's all choked up.
そうそうナーガもバランスの言葉を待ってるよそう
Aww. I didn't even know he could physically do that. Oh, that's sweet.
Kidna!
Yeah, you gonna say something about this? What's going on?
私はまだ感情が必要だとは思えない。だが、
Okay.
お前たちは感情があるから強い。ナーガ、宇宙を頼む。
Nice.
Okay.
Their emotions save Naga.
ありがとう。みんな捕まっていいことがあって、
Yeah.
ドンアルマギの居場所の手がかりを
Oh.
作る。
Woo!
Well, that's
Because he was.
because he was on the bad guy's side. He was working for him, so he knows where he is.
Well, he doesn't know exactly where he is. He says he has a lead.
Yeah.
He has
Wait.
a starting point.
What's?
本当にもう動かないの。おじさま。
Oh, she's worried about the Orion ship because it's still so bruised up. Ranger, you cute Ranger, oh cute Ranger. 3, 2, 1, oh cute. Oh, Oshitama, Oshitama. Two, one, oh Q, bow, bow. Q, Q, Tama, 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 Q, Q, ba do ba do ba do ba buddy buddy. Q, Q, Tama, 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 Q, Q, da ba ba do ba ba buddy buddy. Q, Q, Tama, 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 Q, Q, ba do ba ba buddy ba. Q, Q, Tama, 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 Q, Q, dee ba da ba dee ba dee ba. 3, 2, 1, oh Q, boo da ba da boo. Q, Q, Tama, 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 Q, Q, dee ba doo ba da dee ba dee ba doo. Q, Q, Tama, 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 Q, Q, dee ba da dee ba dee ba doo da ba. So what happens next?
Appliances are attacking them.
That seems appropriate.
The Orion can't be repaired.
Oh. What's gonna happen with Orion? Oh, it looks like we might get. So we're gonna get a Raptor focus next time. Yay! What is it? What? That was a singing performance number apparently next time too.
Starring Tsurugi.
Yeah. Who I guess is looking for more excuses to remove his shirt because he likes to do that. So yeah.
Oh, we got Naga back, and it was a sort of "I know you're in there somewhere" speech. Only it was way more literal. He went inside because he knows he's in there somewhere.
But they did all the feels. It was all very sweet.
Mm.
And it's nice that Naga has actually retained his emotions and his new abilities, which I was not expecting. I assumed that Hibitsky Metal was only going to exist during this arc.
During the evil arc. I mean, I had some inkling that he might either bring back his emotions or bring back a seed that he could grow into his emotions.
Yeah.
But no clue he was going to get to bring back a sky metal.
Yeah, that's nice.
That was a very nice surprise.
So now both so now we got two rangers with new
mega
team
power-ups.
ups in two like
Team ups.
power ups. Two team members with new power ups.
There we
That's
go.
what I was saying. Like I'm not sure if Hibit Sky Metal is quite on par with well, it's probably not on par with Shishi Red Orion. Almost certainly not.
Because Shishi Red Orion can call all of the Q
Yeah, that's still very much the most powerful form right now.
But he does have a black hole he can shoot at people,
Yeah.
which is pretty bad.
He might be on par with
I did you hear that? I was like halfway
Yeah.
through it and I was like, it's coming anyway.
Yeah. He might be on par with Tsurugi though.
Yeah. Definitely on par with Tsurugi.
Yeah. Which kind of puts so you got those three are just kind of all really leading the pack right now, and everyone else is kind of.
And who knows? By the
support.
time they manage to get back from the past, we may find that Orion.
What? Champ
that
and
Champ and
Shorampo?
Shorampo have come up with something as well. I mean,
Yeah.
they're gonna need to find something to get to the future, and it might be some power up of their own.
Yeah, exactly. Like.
This would be interesting if instead of like a partway through full team power up, everybody gets their own individuals.
Yeah, as
That
it
would be
keeps
kinda cool.
keeps rolling through.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what to expect at this
I don't
point.
know if I expect that, but I would really be happy with that because
Yeah.
it would give some individuality where usually it's just a team wipe. Everybody gets the new thing.
It's either team wipe or it's just
Or
red,
just red,
usually.
Yeah.
Just the fact that someone other than red
Got a power up.
got a power up is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And it's not like something that they trade. It's specific to that ranger.
Yep. They can't trade that one around.
I mean, it's not the first time that's happened.
But it's significant when it does.
It's the first time I'm aware of it happening in Sentai, though, because I've seen it happen in Power Rangers with Battleizers. Non-Reds have gotten Battleizers before, but very rarely. Specifically in Lightspeed Rescue, Blue and Green both got their Mega Battle Armors before Red got the Trans-Armored Cycle.
Never saw Lightspeed.
Yeah, I know, but still, Blue and Green got
a power up before Red got theirs.
yeah, which was cool. And then in Time Force, which you have seen
Wait, does
most
that mean
of,
that everybody in that one, did they have 2 girl rangers or 1?
2 girls.
So all the boys got new toys and the girls didn't.
Well, I mean, Titanium stayed the same, but yeah, that is what happened. Still, it was at least a step with
People who are
characters.
not red
Yeah.
getting, yeah.
And then in Time Force, which you've seen most
I have
of,
seen most of Time Force. Don't spoil the ending.
this isn't the ending.
Okay.
Quantum Ranger got his Mega Battle Armor before.
Fair, but Quantum Ranger is one of those.
He's reddish. I know.
Yeah, in a Tsurugi kind of way.
Yeah. But even so, it was still a non-standard power-up. Now, since then, we haven't gotten any Battleizers or things like Battleizers that have been exclusive to
Anyone who's not red.
anyone who's not red. We've got
ones that they could pass around, and
Yeah.
we've got ones that are exclusive to red, but we haven't seen any that are exclusive to someone who is not red.
Yeah, because they got to pass around Super Samurai mode,
Yep.
and Shark mode, and Shogun mode in Samurai. So Samurai actually, they got to toss those
They
things
definitely
around quite
played.
a bit.
They played nice with others in that.
Yeah.
They shared their toys. They
But-
get an extra star for behaving well in the playground.
Yeah, but we haven't had anything else like that. So Naga getting his own power up is pretty unusual. And I like it. I like that this is a thing. And it's a cool power up. You get the big scarf.
I
and
don't know
everything.
why until you mentioned it. I didn't realize that the Yaoi fangirls were probably all over that as a ship.
Oh yeah, big time.
Like, I'm sitting here going, Naga's cute. Naga's really cute. Look at all these tropes that they're throwing at him that they throw at the cute boys in anime and Japanese media. And then I'm totally missing the fact that
That Balance and Naga is
a yaoi ship.
It's a huge ship. Like that fan art of that comes across my Twitter feed all the time. Not to mention the fact that, like, you'll frequently see, like, Balance jumping into Naga's arms.
I mean, yeah. And I'm not against that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's just, it's weird when the people who make up those ships, it's like, why are girls so obsessed with what two guys are doing?
It's a thing.
It's like, you know, I don't know. The stories would be better written if they were written by gay guys.
I mean,
because they know what's going on. Girls don't know.
I mean, I would interpret anything with Balance and Naga as being romantic, but it is a very deep emotional bond.
Oh yeah, those two are like.
Yeah.
I mean, they're.
And.
They could be a ship. I'm not going to say that they're not, because having the ship is totally legit. It's just that usually the depictions are done by people who don't know what the heck they're talking about. But if they're not, then they're at the very least platonic life partners.
Oh, absolutely.
There is no way they're anything less than that.
That is, you know,
those two are joined at the hip.
Explicit.
They could be queer platonic. They could be platonic life partners. They could be a romantic relationship.
Yeah.
But those two are definitely joined at the hip. I just did not realize until you mentioned it that, of course, the yaoi fangirls were going to be all over that, because that's not where my mind goes.
Yeah. I mean, Balance flat out said in this episode, I can't imagine a universe without Naga.
Now, the Yuri ships, there my mind goes.
Yeah. And the main reason I have trouble seeing them as a romantic ship.
Well, part of it is that Balance is kind of mechanical.
Which
wouldn't be the first time someone got in a relationship with someone mechanical.
The differing biologies do make for a challenge, but beyond that, Naga, up until this point, has explicitly not been able to access his emotions in that way, and so I've interpreted Naga as incapable of romantic attachment, at the very least up until this point.
I could definitely see that interpretation, because basically in my mind, up to this point, and that's another reason that I'm going, oh, he's really cute, but also, you know, he's not exactly capable of love.
Yeah.
But he might be now.
Or at the very least, I wouldn't say romantic love. He's capable of forming very deep bonds.
Well, there's a difference between love and attachment.
Right.
He's definitely attached.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He seems to have surface levels of emotion, just the deep emotions of, like, you know, romantic love was, up until now at the very least, not something I think he was capable of. Moving forward, who knows?
That could work.
Yeah.
And I could also see a pining ship.
Yeah.
A pining ship where that would actually that would make a lot more sense to me than a lot of things would with that ship, is if it was a pining ship where Balance was pining for Naga, and that was part of why he wanted him to get emotions, so he could love him back.
Yeah.
It's just,
actually, you know, one thing that would be interesting, and I'm sure would upset the shippers. If Naga were to develop a romantic attachment to another character.
You mean like Cammy, because she keeps hugging him?
Let's say Hammy for example, or, you know, they meet, or he meets a girl or something like that. I don't know, or some character that he develops a romantic attraction to.
Frankly, at this point, I don't think we need to be introducing any more characters.
It could be a one-off episode, but it would be interesting to see how he would deal with that, because he hasn't been emotionally capable of that before now.
It's true.
Seeing how Naga react, and I could see it being presented with like a one-off new character.
I mean, every time you have a character who is either
Not a Kyuranger, but
No,
just
I'm,
like,
I'm just talking about in general. When you have the emotionless character, you've got, like,
Yeah.
Data, you've got, Vulcans, you've got him.
yeah,
It's when we're not talking about someone who's got clinical sociopathy,
right,
which is totally different and actually runs on a spectrum, so
right, of course.
they could have some emotions, but these people have none because they are not real. They're fictional. They are
Right, right.
androids or they are Vulcans.
Right.
They always have some very interesting stories when they first, because when they get emotions, it seems to be a light switch.
A little bit, yeah.
Whereas a lot of, in reality, individuals who have trouble with emotions or who have, don't grasp them, should they develop them, would do so
Very
slowly
gradually.
they might not even notice it happening.
Right, right. Which is kind of what I originally anticipated.
I thought that was
Naga
going to happen
do.
too.
But this ended up working out
But this-
pretty well,
he's-
actually.
It's okay. Personally, I prefer the gradual realization that you actually care about someone trope.
I think the gradual development was happening with him.
It was, and
But
then they
he
short-circuited it.
But he wasn't recognizing it, and then this pushed him through a breakthrough.
Here's the thing. He already had enough emotion to be upset about the fact that he didn't have emotion.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm saying this, he had gotten to, and then this was beyond that a breakthrough to sort of the next level of emotions for him.
Yeah. But I always find that sort of thing, you know me, I'm into the
Yeah.
deep psychology. My favorite anime is Neon Genesis Evangelion. I spent all my time psychoanalyzing the characters, so this one's got...
Well, when it comes to Naga's race, it does seem like emotion.
Well, they're like Vulcans.
They have a psychological block against emotion.
That would be like Vulcans. Because they decided their emotions were too strong, so
Yeah.
they start training them from infancy not to block their own emotions.
And
to the point where it becomes second nature and they can't access them anymore.
and so I think for such genuine raw emotion like he was experiencing in this episode, that does require something of a breakthrough beyond just the gradual.
Oh, well, to go all weepy? Yeah.
Yeah, that required a breakthrough, which is what he finally got to have in this episode. And he was only able to have that breakthrough because he's been slowly developing his attachments to the rest of the team throughout the...
Yes, he's become
Throughout the
very
series.
attached, which isn't necessarily the same as loving someone, but it gives a tether.
Yeah.
Because that's how he knows where he belongs.
They gave him a strong tether to work off of for having his breakthrough in this episode. And
Because, essentially speaking, unless you have a relationship or an individual to bounce
Yeah.
feelings off of, they almost don't work.
right.
They're there, but they don't work unless there's someone to express them to.
That makes sense.
And that's why he needed to have balance in the crew. Because in the absence of someone to express your emotions to, they just kind of get sucked into a bottle somewhere.
Yeah. And
It's like repressing, but it's
and
not
I think having the
repressing
and
them on purpose.
in this
it's just
episode
never
he had 9 points of tether,
Yes.
which
that was why everybody was Naga, because
yeah.
yes, balance was very important and central in the middle there, but he needed more than just balance.
Yeah.
He needed everyone. He needed his family, essentially.
Yeah. With the current exceptions of Shorampo and Champ.
But I'm sure if they had been there, they would have also said,
of
Naga,
course.
Naga, we need you back.
1, 2, 3, move. Yeah, I feel like Champ's taking the long road, and I'm curious to see how Shorampo's gonna survive.
If
300 years.
Shorampo's going to survive.
I feel like this can't be the last of him. I feel like that can't be the end of his character.
I don't know, maybe he'll come back as like a Jedi ghost.
Well, like Big Bear?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. But I feel like
Champ is Champ has been established as completely mechanical.
yeah.
So there is
He
no
can be
reason he
rebuilt.
can't take the long road. Even if he rusts out completely, they can build him a new body.
And as you mentioned, maybe he might even get a new power up or something, so that we can rebuild him. We can make him faster, stronger.
No, you did it better than me.
Oh, Champ comes back and he can do slow motion jumps. Not any taller, not any higher, not any faster, just slower jumps.
I mean, they would make a cute couple.
Oh, what? Naga and Balance?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're adorable
These
as they
things
are.
just don't occur to me.
I'm surprised because you usually pick up on stuff like this more than I do. On ships in general.
Yes, I pick up on ships, and the thing of it is that this one is somewhat of a stretch because, as you said, Naga lacked emotions until
Right.
this point.
Right.
So we may well see something more like that in the future, but presently, they have always come across to me as very, very attached friends.
Yeah.
Or potentially queer platonic, but not
Yeah.
as romantic.
Yeah.
But Naga has emotions now, so we won't know how that's... I might start catching the undertones of that sort of thing.
Yeah.
What I don't usually see is because there are ships that people ship
Yeah.
for no canonical reason. And the thing of it is, there's nothing wrong with that. There's
Right,
nothing
right, of
wrong with
course.
that. But I have a very hard time spotting what those are going to be.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I'm one of those people who tends to base my shipping off of going, see right there? See the
Yeah.
way they looked at each other?
Yeah.
That kind of thing. So when there isn't much of a basis, but you're right, because they're such close friends and they're guys, the shippers are going to be all over them.
And that I've found happens a lot in the Power Ranger Sentai fandom. Like I didn't even know about slash fiction.
Okay, there's one I don't get. Sky and Bridge. They don't even get along.
Sky and Bridge get along. Well, they get along well enough. The implication was that they I think it was mentioned that they were roommates and lived together.
Well, yeah.
In
I'm
universe.
pretty sure it showed that they were roommates.
Yeah.
So were Z and Sid.
Right.
Which I'm sure some people were shipping that too.
Yeah. Probably. But actually, one other. I think I may
He
have.
was always making the goo goo eyes at Z.
Oh, Bridge?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. It was sort of a. I think when people shipped that one, it was sort of. Bridge is the space cadet and Sky takes care of him, kind of thing.
But once again,
which
those
is
are the
a
sort of
popular
things that I
dynamic.
don't notice because
Oh yeah, that's not one that I would pick.
because I'm
picked
busy
up
noticing
on my
somebody
own.
who's actually making goo goo eyes at somebody else. But that's the wonderful thing about fandom.
Oh yeah,
You don't need to have a canonical support for your ship.
They will find them though. If they want to, they will find them.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But another ship that I'm aware of as far as Kyuranger goes, and I think I may have mentioned it before. Can you guess which one? I know there's 12 of them, so it's hard.
What is it? Is it Champ and Stinger?
I actually wouldn't be that surprised by that one. I haven't seen that one, oddly enough.
Well, I think that's because the show makes it fairly clear in that sense that they keep calling each other bro and stuff like that. So
Well, partner.
partner, hey bro.
Oh, partner.
Okay, nobody better be shipping anybody with
Kataro? I
Kataro.
don't think so. No. Or I haven't seen it at least. Somebody probably is, because people do that.
I mean, maybe that forest sprite. She looks kind of young, but
No, she's older than anybody, though.
oh, that's right. Yeah, no.
She knew Orion.
That's right.
She's over 300 years old.
I was thinking about the actress. I was like, she might be closer to his
No,
age, but
no.
still, no shipping Kataro. He's a little kid. Let him
Yeah.
be a kid.
Yeah.
He plays with G.I. Joe, not that's it, or whatever No. Who else am I missing?
Lucky and Garu.
Garu doesn't get enough screen time for me to have noticed.
That's one of the big things. But in the bits that you have seen with him, he has displayed an unwavering loyalty to Lucky ever since their first encounter. He's always taking Lucky's side in every instance. And in the episode where Lucky lost his luck and then got it back, that's the man who won me over.
Okay, I'm going to go again with what I said before. That works. Even canonically, that works.
Yeah.
If it's a pining ship.
Yes. Because I don't
see any indication that Lucky likes him back.
Right.
But that does not mean, because pining ships are fun like that you can't write fan fiction where after the story is over, the piney gets their pine one.
Yeah, bring it...
Or even during, if you want to go AU.
I mean, bringing it back to one of your fandoms, Person of Interest, I see, like, Garu's loyalty to Lucky very similar to Reese's loyalty to Finch.
Yes!
Like...
Yes.
There is a certain level of love there. Whether it's romantic is up to fans' interpretation. But there is no question that you know.
And yes, and people like to ship that too.
Yeah, that's a huge
it's pretty
ship.
clear to me that Finch is still hung up on Grace, but
oh yeah, and you know Reese has had his past relationships, etc.
Doesn't mean that he doesn't have some.
Oh yeah, I know.
Very hardcore devotion there that I could see being interpreted in that way.
Oh yeah,
not my bag of tea.
Yeah.
Cup of tea. Not my bag. Not my cup of tea.
It's funny though that I actually picked up on that one before the later canonship of Root and Shaw.
That's because you thought Shaw actually hated her.
For a good while, yeah. I mean, when they first met, she did torture her, so there's that. And I know.
I kind of like this sort of thing.
Yeah, I know. But that's also something that people say when they're being tortured sometimes.
No, it turns out she really does. It comes up again.
Yeah, I know.
Besides, babe, there's a trope for that.
Yeah.
Belligerent sexual tension.
I know. It was something where I eventually recognized it, but it's not one that I was picking up on.
Yeah, I know. It surprised you.
Yeah. And I only recognized it because I'd already seen it mentioned online first. Otherwise, it would have probably taken up until the kiss before I thought, oh, okay. I'll roll with it.
Actually, there's some pretty good fic that involves...
It's so weird that we've spent, like, so much of this discussion on shipping.
Yeah. No, there's a couple of pretty good ones.
We never talk about shipping.
Where Harold and Grace wind up sort of adopting Reese into a polycule with them.
Interesting.
That actually works more for me.
Okay.
Than the other shipping, because he's not over Grace.
Legit.
And she's still alive, unlike Reese's girlfriend.
That's true.
That being said, yes, we did devolve into quite a bit of shipping discussion, but most of it was Power Rangers, and so if we're going to do any more shipping discussion, we should probably go back to Power Rangers and Sentai.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess it is sort of, even though this was not a romantic episode in any way.
Are they shipping Hammy and Raptor yet?
I don't think so. I'm sure somebody is.
Well, the Yuri shipping's got to have someone, unless they're the only two girls.
Exactly. I'm sure people are shipping Hammy and Raptor in some regard.
The problem is I find
they just don't have enough screen time together.
Exactly. I was going to say that. I find it very difficult to ship either of them with anyone, except for maybe after all the hugging and obsessing over here, Hammy and Naga.
Maybe.
But neither of them gets enough screen time.
I could likewise see perhaps Hemi and Spada to an extent because they were the first two humanoids together. Like I somehow doubt either of them were interested in Champ.
I'm not really sure that Raptor would be interested though, because we had her little fantasy there.
Oh, that's right. She basically shipped herself with everyone else.
Everyone else male.
Yeah. Well, that's everyone else. With the exception
everyone
of
else
Katara.
than Hami. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, of course not Kitaro.
Except for
If you're shipping Kitaro, something's wrong.
I know. That's why I said everyone else except for Kitaro. Because Kitaro, no.
Like, he's not even an adolescent.
He's an adolescent. He's a
tween.
He's entering puberty. Hun?
Would you let him go on a date alone with a girl in a car?
Not in a car, because I wouldn't expect him or whoever he's going out with to have driver's licenses.
Fair enough.
Also, hun?
Yeah?
I just spent all day reading a book about adolescence. Don't tell me where adolescence begins and ends.
Fair enough.
It's part of being in grad school, studying to be a teacher. Because adolescence generally starts around the ages of between 10 and 13. Which...
Fair enough.
He's an early adolescent. But...
Well, you know, there's such a thing as... I mean, we don't... How old is he?
I'd say about 12.
About 12. So, if you start between 10 and 13, I mean, he could be on the late end of things. We don't know.
He's tall enough. He's tall enough to be played by an adult stunt woman.
Yes, although she does look significantly taller than him.
Not significantly.
When you put her next to Red and you put him next to Lucky...
Okay, okay.
The height difference...
It's not...
shrinks substantially.
Yeah. But also, like... I could see... It's enough that I could see...
He doesn't have any age contemporaries on the show.
Yes, he does not have any age contemporaries on the show.
And that's
if he were to meet, like, another 12-year-old girl, I'm sure they could be all very sweet.
That would be adorable.
Exactly.
That would be...
that could happen.
Oh, what do they call those things?
A toy ship.
Toy ship. Or,
yeah.
Yeah, toy ship. You can toy ship him with other little kids, but...
Yeah.
Or tween-age adolescents.
Yeah. That's... So, like, he's old enough he could go out on his first date. He's not, like, a player yet, unless, you know, I don't know what Earth society is like in the post-apocalypse. For all I know, he could have a kid of his own. Who knows?
God, I hope not. Otherwise, he's a terrible father. Because we haven't heard about it at all.
Well, maybe he doesn't know. It's the apocalypse. People don't have that much else to live for.
He was too busy taking care of his little brother until suddenly the little brother was easily cared for by his uncle.
Yep.
Don't know why the uncle wasn't looking after both of them earlier.
So
why is the uncle
I love the tracks that this discussion has taken. I don't know how, but somehow in the episode where Naga was cured of being evil, we have now gone discussion-wise into Kataru being a deadbeat dad.
Well, you're the one who said he could have a kid.
There are, as I said, I've been reading my textbook all day. There are disturbing statistics in their current state of affairs. I doubt that things are going to be that much better. I doubt that adolescents are going to be that much more responsible after all of Earth has been conquered by aliens.
Fair enough.
I hate to put that thought in people's heads, but realistically speaking...
Kids are doing things they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Which is something you do need to be aware of if you're going to be looking after them, because you're going to be all like, excuse you.
And you know what's...
What are you doing? Getting back in the classroom and out from underneath the stairs?
The thing now that's kind of breaking my brain a little bit.
Yes.
Is I'm making the connection of the fact that his Zord has a baby. It's a big bear with a little bear.
Jacob.
It's very silly. This is
He uses the little bear Q-Tama to morph.
I know. He's the little bear. I know. And Big Bear is
his Jedi Ghost Master.
Yeah. I was about to phrase that in some other way, and then I'm like, no, there are other ways that things are just gonna go poorly.
But I'm pretty sure the reason we got on the shipping in the first place is because
it's because
Naga's
of the strong bond of
Naga
Naga and balance.
which is the central core of this episode.
That
the
is
balance between the relationship between balance and Naga.
Yes.
And like, for example, him saying, you know, like, I am willing to take all of the pain,
Yeah.
all of the anger. Take it out on me. Go ahead, beat me up.
Balance has got some issues, man.
He really has. That's not how you're supposed to handle that kind of a situation.
Like,
Dude, you're a little bit codependent. Like, even if that is a ship,
I wonder what
that's not healthy. Beat me. It's
No.
okay.
now I'm kind of curious how relationships work in Balance's culture.
Or in Nagas. I mean, they gotta be reproducing somehow.
Yeah,
I mean, they could be, like, decanted in bottles like, you know, Brave New World.
yeah. We still don't know exactly what a mechanical life form even is.
It's true. Do they reproduce by biological means?
Yeah.
Or are they built somewhere?
I don't know. It was mentioned, I think, in the birthday episode that Balance was like the youngest of his clan or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know what that means. How his clan works as a family.
I don't even know if he is the youngest in his clan anymore. He was when he left home. If he hasn't been in contact with them, someone else could have been born by now.
Well, also he aged 100 years in a day, so there was also that. Remember, he had 100 birthdays all at once.
Yes.
It's like, I'm 400 now. So that means that he's been with Naga for over 100 years. That is a strong bond.
I'm not sure those
He's been with
count.
He's been with all of them for over a century.
No,
like,
he aged over a century, but he wasn't with them for over a century.
That is family right there.
Just because you age at an accelerated rate doesn't mean you spent more time with people.
I'm trolling so hard this.
Stop trolling.
But apart from everything else, the black hole attack and everything was cool. And really, when you get right down to it, as far as what a black hole is, it's just a super, super dense piece of matter. So, it's actually not completely impossible for it to be blocked if we're dealing with energy manipulation weapons.
Fair enough.
So, saying that's not how black holes work, considering how everything else works, they could work that way. I could see that.
I would have expected the black hole to just suck them in.
They could, but there seems, I get the impression that there's energy manipulation going on with the weaponry, especially considering they all send out energy slashes. So I'm assuming that created some sort of counter field. Not to mention the fact that apparently what it was supposed to do was blow things up. So, it doesn't seem to be so much. Doesn't seem to actually be so much a black hole.
That's antimatter.
Well, not even antimatter.
But if antimatter touched things, it would instantly annihilate them.
No, it's basically less a black hole and more a miniature star on the verge of collapse into a black hole. That explosion would basically be the equivalent of a miniature supernova.
I'm pretty sure that no matter how miniature your supernova is, we have a problem.
Yeah. But yeah, basically what a supernova generally is a star uses up all its fuel in its center, and over the course of that, it's been pushing matter outwards towards its outer edges its entire life. When it uses up the fuel in its center, the outwards energy stops, and so everything outside is no longer being pushed out. It all rushes in at the same time, smashes together, and that creates the explosion. That is the energy that's released when all the matter all around the outside shell of a star all suddenly rushes into the center, bursts apart, and that's where we get the big explosion of light. There's often a remnant that scatters from there, and then you have the super dense matter in the center that will either be the white dwarf or the black hole. In this case, there might just now be a little tiny black hole left over there.
This is my husband. He studied physics, and he really liked astrophysics.
I researched some astrophysics. I may have done my research project on Type 1a supernova for a year. Specifically researching Type 1a supernova progenitors. Oddly enough, as cool as that sounds, it's a lot more boring than you think. It was all just going through data. So much
My
data.
husband, the astrophysicist.
But conceptually, it was actually rather interesting. Because it was all about finding... it was all about the theory behind Type 1a supernova, which is that they are created due to an interaction between a red giant and, I believe, a white dwarf. And so one star goes supernova as a result of its interaction with the other, meaning that the other star should still be around somewhere. So it was all about tracking which...
What happened to that other star?
Yeah. So that's why I was tracking the Type 1a supernova progenitor, the star that helped create the supernova. That was still... And so it was all about tracking the outside edge of the supernova, seeing what stars were in that area, taking a look
Supernova goes pop.
at their color temperatures, etc. So we've done some deep dives.
Yep.
This library, like we barely went into anything last time with the new power up for Orion, but we just went
We went
all
to
over the
shipping,
place
we
in
went
this
to
one.
astrophysics.
Yeah.
We went everywhere.
So I guess that's about it for us for tonight. So this one will be coming out Sunday night instead of the usual Power Rangers Ninja Steel,
Yep.
which you guys already know because you just watched it.
Yeah.
But we will have another.
We will still be seeing you again on Wednesday
On
with
Wednesday.
more Uchu Sentai Kyuranger.
And resuming Power Rangers the following weekend. So Power Rangers will be taking back its Sunday slot for
Yeah,
next
when they
week.
actually have a Power Rangers episode next week. We
Yeah.
didn't have one this week.
Yep, because of the Worldwide Day of Play. So,
Go outside.
go play. I'm going to celebrate Yom Kippur by not eating. That's how I'm doing the Worldwide Day of Play, by doing nothing.
Well, you
So-
were going to go to temple.
Oh yeah, I'll go to synagogue. So, so until next time, farewell, Ranger fans, and let the power protect you. Good Yom Tov, Naga. It's time to atone for your sins.